What's going on, everybody? My name is Aiden and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, today it looks like there is trade interest going around for one of our players, and you might be thinking it's Zach LaVine with the incredible run he's been on, and I'm sure there's interest starting to gauge there in all honesty, but it's actually Nikola Vucevic. There's been reports over the last week or so suggesting that the Golden State Warriors are interested in Nikola Vucevic. Can that deal work out? What would the Warriors look like with a Nikola Vucevic? Can he truly get that team to the next level? It's an interesting time to be a Bulls fan. Whether or not any of these deals can get across the line is honestly a flip of a coin at this point. Who really knows? But before we get any further, if you liked the video and you want to see more from me, drop a like, drop a follow, and or subscribe if you are new. And let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls and whether or not you could see the Bulls trading away Nikola Vucevic to the Golden State Warriors, and whether or not you think we could get a good return for the Golden State Warriors. It depends on what you kind of define as a good return, in all honesty. But regardless of that, I want to quickly talk about what potentially Nikola Vucevic could look like with the Golden State Warriors. Now, keep in mind, if you're trading Nikola Vucevic to the Warriors, I don't think you're going to get back major assets from them. I don't think you're going to get a guy like Andrew Wiggins per se, or I don't think you're going to get a guy like Kuminga per se, or definitely no Draymond or Curry involved in that as well. I think with trading Vucevic, you have to expect that we're probably going to get a little bit worse when we do that, but hopefully you could get assets to build the future. That's the question. Can the Golden State Warriors truly provide that for the Bulls? I think they can. I don't necessarily know their pick situation at the moment, but I'm sure there are also young assets that we could kind of take in and take on board in order to make that work. And plus, we'll be getting rid of a $20 million contract, which could help us financially. Anyway, the big question here, what would the Golden State Warriors look like with Nikola Vucevic? Well, you guys know me. You guys know for a while now, actually, that I've been a big fan of Nikola Vucevic going out west. The reason why is that the West, especially with their big men, they're not necessarily the most forceful, dominant, physically present big men in the league. If you guys realize, out west, most of the big men out there are really talented, high IQ, amazing facilitators, good scorers. It's that European type of style over there in the Western Conference. It's not really the same here in the East. Vucevic brings a little bit of that to the Golden State Warriors. So already, I like them. I like Vucevic in the offensive system that the Warriors have. The ball movement that they have, the setting of screens, and all of that stuff, trying to get Curry open, also providing a bit of a threat out on the three in their own right, a bit of a threat in the post as well. I actually think that's kind of what they're missing. I don't think they have a post presence whatsoever in their team, and I don't think they have someone that can truly rely on in a pick and pop situation, whereas Nikola Vucevic can be definitely an impactful factor in that. But again, I like the facilitating. To me, that's where the eyes really shine bright with Vucevic to the Warriors. It's that his facilitating is going to make a big difference to that team. Just like Draymond Green's facilitating makes a big difference to that team. And I think adding more facilitating would be perfect for the Golden State Warriors. The only question is, well, look, you're going to get a big guy with the ability to get double-doubles. He's going to grab a lot more rebounds, and it gives the Golden State Warriors an option to go away from the small ball every now and then. But defensively, you're probably going to get worse with Nikola Vucevic. So I guess you have to you have to take the risk. The risk for benefit factor. Is the risk of getting worse defensively going to be more beneficial to getting better offensively? Can the Golden State Warriors hide the weaknesses that Vucevic has? The Bulls can't do it, but it doesn't necessarily mean the Golden State Warriors can't do it. So that's a really big indication of what the Warriors are going to do. It's going to be a risky trade, to say the least. But I think the offensive benefits may outweigh the defensive risks. That's what I think. And I think he would land very well with the Golden State Warriors. And I truly think Vucevic would thrive out west. I 100% believe that in my heart. What would the Bulls look like without Nikola Vucevic? Well, look, Vucevic has a lot of haters here in Chicago, to be honest. There's no denying that, to say the least. And there will be many Bulls fans that will be cheering to see him go. But I don't think those Bulls fans have been watching the season that he's been having if that's their reaction to seeing Nikola Vucevic go. I kind of treat this in the same vein as DeMar DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan was an excellent player for the Chicago Bulls, done great things here, but ultimately we needed to go in a different direction. and be more future orientated. That's why we got rid of DeMar DeRozan. And he's obviously loved here, and we showed that against the Kings. With Vucevic, I think it'll be very similar. I think Vucevic has had a great season. I think he's been tremendous for the Chicago Bulls, in all honesty. For a lot of the start of the season, he was our best player. For at least the first month of the season, he was our best player. And he's very vital to our offense. His playmaking helps our offense. We're a very good passing team this season. He plays a factor in that. His efficiency this season is a lot better than last. And that plays a factor in how big and important these games are. And some nights he's getting double-double. Some nights he's making threes. Some nights he's attacking the paint. It's a variety game with Nikola Vucevic with the Bulls at the moment. And I'm enjoying the way that he's playing. Of course, defensively, I mean, there's not much to talk about there. I still think he's one of the worst defensive big men in the league. Maybe the stats won't necessarily show that, but I just think that's just how he's always been. He was like that for the Magic. He was like that for the Bulls. He'll be like that for the Warriors. You have to expect that when you trade for a guy like Nikola Vucevic. So I think the Bulls will lose a lot on the offensive end. And you know what? Our offense has been absolutely sensational this season. Can you take the risk of affording to let go of someone that can give you those type of points, those type of facilitating numbers as well, can give you an extra option, a dynamic option on the team? I guess it depends on what side of the coin you are. If you want to tank, you might want to get rid of an offensive option to start to lose more games. If you want to win more games, if anything, you should be adding to Nikola Vucevic, not taking away Nikola Vucevic. So it kind of depends on where you are. I guess the next question is, can a trade be done? And you know what? There are many teams where I look at Nikola Vucevic and I say a trade can't be done for him. It's just no way. It's not possible. I look at teams with their salary situations. I look at teams with, of course, the centers that they already have on their team. You know, I was talking for ages that the Dallas Mavericks should be pursuing a Nikola Vucevic type of guy, because that would help Kyrie and Luka Doncic tremendously with another guy that can help space the floor and take the rim protector away from the paint. It would work so well for Dallas. But honestly, there are too many good centers out west. So I think the Golden State Warriors is the perfect place for him. I really, really do. And I do think a trade can get done. I think the Warriors would be willing to get rid of picks. Because look, you got to think of it like this. The Golden State Warriors are on their last legs. Many people already assume that their dynasty is over. And it may just be. But if you're going to give it another go with Stephen Curry and Draymond Green, and you're really going to push, you have to go all the way with it. You can't go halfway. You can't expect the Golden State Warriors to go out and compete in playoff games and win championships by going halfway. They've already got rid of Klay Thompson. They already have a team that's just not that good compared to their dynasty years. Some of their key guys are getting older. So if you're going to have that one last push, you have to try and go all the way with it. And I think that's what the Warriors are seriously contemplating here. And I do think in order to go all out, you have to risk some of that future. And that's what the Bulls should be looking at in return. Some of that future. Whether it is a couple of young guys, whether it is a couple of picks, whatever it is. I don't expect much for a Nikola Vucevic trade, but I do expect that. I expect some of the future of the Warriors to come our way. And I hope that's what we get. And if that is what we get, I truly think a trade can be worked out between the two. The real question is, do the Bulls actually want to give Nikola Vucevic away? And for a long time, I was saying, yes, of course they do. I mean, they even said it to Nikola Vucevic that last year was their last chance as a core. One piece of the core is gone. There could be a chance for more to come. Maybe Vucevic is the next one. I don't know. So I think there's always a chance. And I think there's always a possibility that they do want to get rid of Nikola Vucevic. But the way that he's playing this season, I do think they might hesitate to pull the trigger on that. And if they do, it's the typical Bulls. Do nothing. That's what they've always done for the past 3 years. It took 3 years to get rid of Alex Caruso and DeMar DeRozan. People crying out for a trade and something different from season 2. It took them a whole season later to do something. And even then, in the trade deadline, they did nothing. They had to wait till the off-season. So I don't know. It really is up in the air. But, yeah, I hope the Warriors are interested, and I hope this is a valid story, because I really think conversations can be dealt with there. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments below, and thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. Take care, and peace.